Look who it is. It's Paul's ego yet again. Post Thanksgiving. How's everybody doing? I'm okay. I did it. I made it happen. How art thou? Why, howdy thou. How was my Thanksgiving? It was pretty good. My brother-in-law, when he saw me, he was like, and he goes, he made this thing on his face. He was like, and I was like, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man. Who did you spend your Thanksgiving with? My family. He's just jealous. I know. He is. He's jealous because he's a church pastor and he has to look all like straight-laced, I don't have to look straight-laced. Oil up and hit the thug shake. Say, what? I think some of you people are beyond broken. Romania. I am from Romania. At the next meetup, you should dress up as a general. Oh, that would be cool. Dress up like a pre-American kind of like naval officer, like. Yeah, that's true. You can double tap the old screen to give it a thumbs up-ish type of situation. This ain't me. Yeah. I can tell. I kind of want to hit the Stoopy button today. I think I will. I think I'll let the actual group get here, and then I'm gonna hit the Stoopy button because I really don't feel like arguing with dumb fucking bots today. So we'll hit the stupid button here in a minute. The dummy button. I'm sorry for commenting that. Yeah. That's okay. I just don't have, I'm not in the mood today for shitty ass drive by. Holy shit. Bot comments. Yep. Too many Chalakians. Too many Chalakians today. I don't wanna argue with the no Chalakians today. God bless my soul. Oh man. We're gonna wait about 10 minutes and then we're gonna turn the dum dum button on and it's gonna fix it all. It's gonna fix it all. I just don't want to turn the dum dum button on before everybody that like might want to be here is here. You ever smoke bongs? You ever smoke bongs, bro? Yeah. The dead internet theory you were talking about the other day is very interesting. I went down a rabbit hole after you mentioned it. Now I fully believe that 90% of online accounts are fake. Yeah. It definitely can be a rabbit hole. And there's really no way to like investigate whether or not you know, the notion is true. So that makes it a little spookier, right? Oh, fuck. I wonder if the internet will just be unusable AI mush in a few years. I think the contention of dead internet theory is that it already is kind of unusable, time-wasting, distracting mush. That your chances of meeting and talking to a real human being who is in good faith just out there sharing their opinion is diminished. Almost entirely diminished. When everything you see might be AI, it's going to be annoying to be online. I hate to be the person to fucking fill you in on this, Strawberry Marston, but I think we're already there. I think we're already there. I think that if you look at the interaction that goes on with these streams, right? Not just my stream, but other people's streams too. And the only real introspection you can have into that is the chat, right? You look at the chat, go to anybody's channel. I don't care who it is, bro. If they're a big streamer, they're doing a live stream, they got their chat open, just read it. Just read the chat. I mean, there's hardly anybody real there. And the people that are real there are arguing with people who aren't. So I think the only thing that they can't do yet is create like an AI construct that can talk like extemporaneously about pretty much anything that a chat brings up. As soon as they get that, you won't even be able to trust that a dude like me that you're tuning into is real. Like, we are on the cusp of people being utterly incapable of identifying what's real and what isn't. I've always said the internet is a fad. It will become unbearable like a home phone line with nonstop telemarketing mess. It's worse. Dude, it's worse already. I grew up pre-internet, okay? I remember the days when the only connection that your house had to the outside world was a TV antenna and a landline. Okay? It's worse in every single way. The 2-account solution fix this. It would, yes. I mean, if it were implemented in the way that I lay it out, yes. But there are billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraud wrapped up in this. There's absolutely no way they're going to willingly make the internet a useful tool. I've always said that technology should have stayed the way it was in the 90s. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know that this is a technology problem. I guess ultimately it is, but I think this is more of an educational problem, right? Technology has outstripped education now, and the end result of it is the internet is just a soup of fake interaction, and most people don't know it. So well, if you think about it, the ads are 100% why this exists, right? Google would not even bother running YouTube if it could not capitalize on the ad space that YouTube provides, right? Jean Baudrillard wrote a book in the 80s where he said that reality and simulations of reality become indistinguishable to us. He called it hyper-reality. I think I've heard that term before, and I think I've heard of Baudrillard. I don't know that I've read anything at length by him. What book? What's the name of the book? I might want to check that out. Do you remember the name of the book? I could be a bot and you would have no way of knowing. Right. And in fact, like if you watched the last stream that I did, or the stream before last that I did, I can't remember. It was undeniably botted to an extreme extent. Simulacra and simulation. Okay. I'll read it. I'm going to put that on my list. Because my brain has been on fire with this idea recently. This kind of like dead internet. The internet being overrun with independent groups of bots, right? Jaron Lanier writes this about this a lot. All of the issues with a free-to-use advertisement-based business model for social media. Yeah, I mean, you guys need to hit me up on social media with some of these links, because I'm trying to dig deeper into this in a way that I can understand, right? I'm not going to be able to understand the technical side of it, right? That's just kind of probably going to be beyond me, right? But the ethical side of it and the philosophical side of it, I'm all about that. That is the angle by which I attempt to understand the world. And so, yeah, I would definitely appreciate it if you guys would reach out to me on social media somewhere, DM me on Twitter or hit me up on Discord or something with these like reading recommendations. Either that, or I could just go get my other phone and take down some of these. In fact, I want to do that so I don't forget. I'm gonna get my other phone. I'll be right back. Maybe make some coffee. other phone so I can take some notes. Okay, so Simulacra by Baudrillard. Jean Baudrillard. Yeah. Simulacra and Simulation. 1981 philosophical treatise. Cool. Need it. Let's see. Can I do this? Bookmark. Yep. Got it. Simulacra coin. Keyword simulacra coined by Baudrillard. I didn't know that. That's cool. And then the other guy, Jaron Lanier, was that his name? Jaron, right? Lanier? Yeah, Jaron Lanier. I've seen this guy. Okay. I've seen this guy. Yeah, I've watched some talks by this guy. But I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I've seen this guy. He cuts a pretty unforgettable jib. I'm gonna go ahead and add that as a bookmark as well. Okay, cool. We got it. What do you do for a living? This? I'm a streamer, podcaster, whatever you want to call it. I've made all of my money doing this for 10 years. Well, almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in, yeah, just a couple of months. How much do you bench? How much does a big old piece of pizza weigh? I guess that's curling. I can curl a piece of pizza over and over, bro. Like endless. Boom. Right? Looks like I just rolled out of bed. That's the look, man. That's the look. What are your pizza toppings of choice? Like for me, and this is gonna reveal my California heritage. Jalapenos on a pizza are my favorite thing. That's like the goat topping is a jalapeno that's baked down into that cheese, bro. Like kind of crisped up a little bit. That's and all that jalapeno juice done cooked down into the pizza. Yes. But that's some California shit, dude. We put jalapenos on the pizza. Yep. Ordering pizza ASAP. Yeah, get you a jalapeno pizza. I'm telling you, you can get from your favorite joint. Just get a cheese pizza, right, with jalapenos, and then ask them to, if you can, say, can you do a well done bake on that? That's the pizza lingo. Well done, right? That's the key. You don't want a floppy, sloppy, wet, non-golden, drippy, oozy pizza. You want a pizza that has been properly solidified in there. You know what I mean? How's the weather? Dude, it's weird. So it's socked in, right, with this like low-hanging cloud cover that was fog earlier. But if you've ever lived in a place that gets what we call Thule fog, right? Thule fog. This is like a socked in fog, right? It does weird things to the weather. So I came out here this morning when I woke up to have a smoke, and I didn't have, I realized as I was stepping out that I didn't have a sweater or shoes on. I was just wearing like some sweatpants and a t-shirt. And I came out here and I sat and I didn't even get cold. So it's like a blanket, right, over the area that if the sky were clear and open right now, it would probably be 10 or 15 degrees colder. So it's weird. It's very overcast and gray, but it's way, way warmer today than it was yesterday. And way warmer than the day before that even. You know what I mean? Yeah, no flies and mosquitoes. They're all gone now. The coldest temperature you've experienced in Cali. In Cali, up in the mountains, probably like 10 degrees, somewhere around there. I mean, I've been up in the Sierras in the winter, you know, on a sunny day, and when it's not storming and stuff, but there's snow stuck on the ground. I would say that, like, in Cali, that's the lowest temperature. I did -10 in Cedar City, Utah one time, and that was fucked. Bro, -10, I gotta tell you, there's something about it, right? You know how, like, I'm gonna try and explain it. Have you guys ever been standing next to a fire, right? And the wind changes a little bit and blows a little bit too much of that heat at you, and your body just kind of reacts immediately to the heat, right? Not necessarily like out of fear, just to back away from that heat, right? Bro, heat and cold at the extremes are almost the exact same thing. It's crazy. -10 burns you. When you walk out into it, your body immediately will have this instinct to turn right around and go back the way you came. I fucking love you. You're rapidly turning into my grandfather as someone else who is becoming my grandfather. I don't recommend it. What the fuck are you even talking about, son? I would run that money up. What's your favorite Bible verse? My favorite Bible verse? Happy shall ye be who dashes the heads of thy little ones against the stones. I don't know which one that one is, but I like that one. Happy shall ye be who dashes the heads of his little ones against the stones. That's a good one too. He had missions like horses. Yeah. I liked that one too. There's some real horror show stuff in the Bible, you know. All of these old Yehudis getting along with their wives' handmaidens, giving them the old in-out. That's a great one. That's a good one to throw in the face of a nominal Christian, right? Somebody that actually studies their Bible and learns about it will be able to talk about that a little easier. But your average Christian doesn't ever think about Jesus saying to give away all of your possessions and walk in his footsteps, to trust in him to take care of you and to spend your life in service of others, right? Most Christians don't even think of that. Yeah, I mean, just ban them. I don't talk to minors. I'm sorry, dude. I don't. I don't talk to anybody who is under the age of like, dude, if you come in here and you tell me you're 18, I'm gonna ban you. You know what I mean? Like you need to understand. Like the internet should be segregated out, and it's not just for the benefit or protection of children. It's for the benefit and protection of like actual conversation. Like I would like to hit a button that ensures that everybody that comes in here that could possibly type or speak or see what I'm talking about has some lived experience that they can back up. That's it. Yeah. I literally have like because here's the thing. I'm old now, right? I'm fucking in my 40s. But I can remember what it was like being 18. I didn't know shit. I thought I knew everything, and no old fuck guy was going to tell me any different, right? And I don't have time for that. I just don't. Indeed, the world has changed. Has it though? What about that old adage, the more things change, the more they stay the same? Time is a flat circle. Everything that happened will happen again. Everything happening now will happen again, right? My mind is kind of drawn to that, right? As I get older, it's less that times have changed and it's more that times refuse to change. The same mistakes, right? I'm a political kind of person, at least. You know, I spend a lot of time talking about politics. And now that I've lived a good, solid 20 years plus as a political person, you start to see the same shit happen over and over and over and over and over. The same candidates, right? If not directly, then in spirit, the same social issues, the same foreign policy, right? The same economic policy. The rich get richer, the poor get fucked over and out, and that just seems to be, what it is, right? I don't know. The world is changed. Yala, sothakataklaga. I feel it in the water. Jono hyathan, sonama. I feel it in the earth. I smell it on the wind. I poop it from my ass. The relationship between war and money is complex. It's pretty fucking simple, honestly. I don't think it's as complex as people make it out. This will help. Now our full Californian breakfast is ready. California breakfast. Cigarettes, coffee, and weed. The best part of waking up. What a perfect match. I know, right? Weed and coffee, yeah. That's the California breakfast, right? And if you're like me, you can throw in some cigarettes too. But weed and coffee is it's like peas and carrots. You quit smoking cigs? Yeah, I need to quit smoking cigs too. From what I hear from the chat, it's bad for you. The chat reminds me often that it is bad for me. Works for lunch too, and dinner, and dessert. I mean, it's a very versatile meal. Is this a teacher off of South Park? Which teacher? Mr. Garrison? Yeah, cigarettes they're being taxed to oblivion. Bought. I know, smoking is bad. This just in. Smoking may not be good for you. The Cigabots are here, dude. What brand? I smoke this brand. What brand do you smoke? The Cigabots are here, dude. The fucking Cigabots have arrived, bro. Cigarette NPCs. Yep. This just in. Existence leads to death. Dun, dun, dun. Existence is dangerous. And 100% of the time ends in death. Not a bot, just an enthusiast. Well, your ass talks like a motherfucking bot. You interact like a bot. That's another thing too. Oh shit, here's an angle on the fucking whole kind of like bot craze, right? Bots have a certain way of talking. If people are swarmed around them on social media like bots, are young, especially like young people or easily led people, already emulating bot speech to further make it, you know what I mean? Like, because they're surrounded by so much bot speak, are they becoming bots themselves, is what I'm saying. Like, are they like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to, you know what I mean, act on the internet. And now everybody's a bot. Have you ever worked as a stagehand? I have, yeah. Yeah, I've done, with at least a little bit of experience, every job that you can do to support the production of a show. I've acted in them. That's my biggest chunk of experience is being an actor, but I have, done set construction, set teardown. I've done lighting. I've done sound. I've done stage management. I've done wardrobe. I've done stagehand work, just general stagehand stuff. Corporate speech has turned into bot language. People use this more. I know. That's what I'm talking about, Devin. It's like because there's so much of it, right? Because people are so inculcated in this environment of bots, how many of these soft-minded people are just going to start talking like bots? Like start using that kind of communication style. I was in Local 53 for 20 years trying to figure out if we know each other in real life. I don't know, man. I mean, so are you from the area that I grew up in? You from the Central Valley, Madera, Fresno, Merced kind of area? I mean, the sad thing is if you answer yes to that, there's a good chance we have bumped into each other, probably. It's fucking like, this area of California is super small, bro. I mean, it's big. There's a lot of fucking people in it, but everybody knows everybody. It's a tar pit. Ever tour? Nope. Nope, never did. Well, I did like roadie work with a band that toured, but the point of the neck beard is to cover the double chin. I'm not afraid of my double chin. My double chin is a badge of honor. You know how hard I had to work for this double chin. You think it was easy? Do you think it was simple to get these chins in order? You know what I mean? I tell you what, bro. You keep your facial hair the way you want, and I'll keep mine the way I want. And we'll chill. How's that? Oh yeah, it's way harder to get fat than it is to get skinny and to maintain fatness, bro, because you're fat 24/7. You know what I mean? It's like a workout just getting out of your chair. Better to have chins than a nunt. Oh yeah. OMG, I live next to you. I doubt it. I doubt it. You might live near me, but I don't know about next to me. May I use your restroom? What? Say what? I think it might be time to hit the dum-dum button. What do you guys think? Dum-dum button? I think so. Let's see. There we go. Dum-dum button on. Let's farm some of these bots. Yeah, short bus button. Hammered. Toot, toot. Yep, the monkey button has been hammered. Now you have to use your monkey paw, subscribe, and then you have to sit like a very patient monkey for 1 minute before you can speak. As a Sopranos fan, have you seen The Penguin? Nope. I will be honest with you. The chances of me watching the Penguin show diminish daily. And this is not something that I think is necessarily like logical, but it is a way. It's the way that I am, and you can blame the 90s for this. Okay, I'm hype resistant. I'm hype resistant, okay? When people start saying wild shit like, hey, the Penguin show on the WB or whatever is just like The Sopranos, I know they're capping. I know they're huffing some fucking crazy fumes, and I don't want to have any part of it, you know what I mean? I'm hype resistant, right? Last stream was a trip. Yeah, it was. It was pretty crazy. It's just like I've seen The Sopranos now, I think 3 times from start to finish. And it's one of those shows that like every couple of years I'm gonna rewatch it. It's just the way it's gonna be. So I'm super familiar with The Sopranos. Super familiar with the structure of it and the quality of it. And when people start throwing it around, comparing it to some fucking Penguin show about a comic book guy, it makes me want to fucking punch people in the face. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But that's another thing. Once again, being hype resistant, I can't stand this fucking superhero shit anymore, bro. It has been almost 30 years of undeniable dominance of superhero, Batman, Gotham City. I just can't do it no more, bro. And this is coming from a kid that, like, dude, when I was in middle school, I was all into comic books and shit. You know, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, that was comic book. I was obsessed. As an older guy, I still find some of that old comic book stuff cool, but I cannot deal with this cape shit no more. I can't do it. So the Penguins got one huge strike against it right off the jump because it's based in Gotham City and it's got cape shit. I don't want it, right? And so for you to take a property like that and bring it into my stream and go like, hey man, this is like The Sopranos, I just want to fucking punch you. No, it isn't. Do you believe on parallel universe? Believe. I think it's possible, right? I think it's possible that we live in a multiverse. And it's way out of my pay grade to talk about multiverse theory, to be honest with you. But the idea that I have, that I carry with me, is that every piece of intentionality creates, by necessity, a universe in which that specific incident did not happen or happened differently, right? And so you end up with this structure of the universe that is taller than it is wide. That's how I think about it. And so if this is true, we are living sandwiched in this like lasagna of reality, right? Multi-layered. The layer just above us, if we were to transfer from this layer to that layer, the chances that we would even notice it are slim, because the layer right above and right below us is going to be so functionally similar. The differences in that reality to this are going to be so microscopic that it would be almost impossible for one of us to tell if we shifted realities one up or one down, right? But the further away, right, that is, the more differences in specific events, even mundane events, right? So the farther away we get from our layer of the lasagna, the bigger chance that we're living in a kind of like an unrecognizable version of our own reality, right? But if the parallel universe, then there's nothing there. Because if Big Bang took place here, then parallel of it will be no Big Bang. No, see, you're talking about a. So what you're talking about is like bizarro world, right? You're talking about opposite world. So you're thinking of a multiverse where there are two realities, one where up is up and one where up is down, right? So one where things make sense and one where everything is completely and utterly nonsensical, right? Or non-existent. Hey, what up, Pranav? How you doing, dude? My bot stream had you freaking out? Yeah, I mean, it should freak you out if you spend a lot of time interacting with people you don't know on the internet. It can be enlightening, right? Panpsychism? Have no clue. Not a term I'm familiar with. Schrodinger's cat and superposition has always confounded me. I can't even go into it. I can't even, yeah. So the quantum superposition idea, right, is that an object at the quantum level can hold two positions at once. Or share positions with a piece of itself that is separated by theoretically infinity miles, right? Schrodinger's cat, fuck. Dude, my ass, it's been so long since I had to learn about Schrodinger's cat. I remember it being, well, it posits a superposition, right? It's a way of explaining quantum superpositions. You take a cat, you seal it. I can't remember even how the experiment is set up, right? You seal it in a box where you can't observe anything about it, right? You can't hear it, you can't see it, you can't monitor it. And so at some point, that cat reaches a position where it is both alive and dead in the box, right? Because from your perspective, right? And that may be a completely fucking rudimentary understanding of Schrodinger's cat. Like I said, it's been fucking like 20 years since I learned Schrodinger's cat. It's not that you don't know that the cat is in the box. You know the cat is in the box because you put the cat in the box. What you don't know and can't know is whether the cat is alive or dead in the box, right? And so, according to Schrodinger's theory, the cat functionally is in a superposition where it is both alive and dead in the box. It is occupying both spaces at once. This is a way for him to explain quantum superpositioning. It's not that you don't know whether the cat's in the box or not. It's that it is functionally impossible for you to find out or ever know whether the cat is alive or dead in the box. And thus, from an observational perspective, the cat is both alive and dead in the box, right? was watching a science show, and the term observer is different to how scientists use it. To observe means to interact. Yes, yes. Because observation is interaction. Scientists figured that out too, right? It's not just a scientific usage of the term observe. Scientists have known for quite some time now that your observation of an event is an interaction with that event, right? This is the, what is it, like the 3 slits experiment? Is this, if a tree falls down, does it make a sound? I mean, kind of, but at a quantum level, right? Expand it out. Because the answer to if a tree falls down, does it make a sound, is yes, right? The sound waves created by a tree falling are not, don't disappear in the absence of something that can detect that sound, right? So the easy answer to if a tree falls down in the woods and nothing is around to hear it, does it make a sound, is yes. In the double slit experiment, the conclusion isn't that you as an observer changes the outcome, it's that how electrons interact with each other change based on your observation, right? You can't know the result until you open the box. You cannot open the box. The box is eternally sealed. The bots backed Paul into a superficial Neil deGrasse Tyson-esque analysis of science corner, and now he is trapped. Huh? Dude, I never claimed I was a scientist, bro. I started this whole talk with like, this shit is beyond my pay grade, right? Each person has their own unique perception of reality. So what is blue to me is not blue to you. This can be extrapolated out to little, well, yeah, right. Because from an observational perspective, the one, I cannot jump into your consciousness nor you into mine. We can assume mutual experience, and I think that that assumption is probably correct a lot of the time. But yes, how I perceive the color blue may be completely different than how you perceive it, right? In other words, making a measurement changes the outcome of the experiment because it requires us to make a change in how electrons interact, I believe is the point. You dude. All right. Chalakian is here. Mr. Chalakian is here, dude. Zoot really wants some attention. Can somebody give it to him? I don't know if I've got the energy to give him attention, but he's desperate for it today. Somebody want to give Zoot the attention he so desperately craves. There you go. Why doesn't cameras perceive blue different? What do you mean? You don't see what the camera sees. You see the output of its digital sensor. So you are looking at the color blue on a picture and looking at the color blue in a flower, right? Speaking of no energy, how was your Thanksgiving, dude? I'm beyond exhausted. I bet, dude. I gotta be honest with you, man. I had a really easy Thanksgiving. I'm like a fucking tourist at Thanksgiving now, bro. And it kind of sucks. My family Thanksgivings used to be a, relatively intimate affair where everybody that was there was either, direct family, immediate family kind of stuff, or you know, extended family or really close friends of the family, right? That's what it used to be, right? And now my Thanksgiving is more of a, I mean, I'm not even trying to put it down, like, because I'm really, I really am thankful I had somewhere to go for Thanksgiving. I'm thankful I got to see my family and stuff, but it's really more like a soup kitchen experience now. Because my family Thanksgiving has been moved to my sister and brother-in-law's house. My brother-in-law is a pastor of a big church, and so they open up their house to all of these people that come to the church to come and eat. And it's just, who knows? I would venture to say that of the people that were at my Thanksgiving dinner, what percent? I knew 10%, maybe 20% of the people that were there. Did I actually like know well enough to where, like, and I'm not trying to dog these people out, but like, I know you well enough to where I want to sit down and eat turkey with you, right? 20%. You know what I mean? And so, I show up. I try and help out a little bit in the kitchen, but typically I'm just in the way because there's 5 women in there just like going ape shit, cooking 2 turkeys, 20 pounds of fucking mashed potatoes. I mean, it's literally like a soup kitchen. And you just kind of hang around and talk if you can stand to, which and this is not, once again, I'm not dogging any of the people out. It's just like I have a limited capacity for sitting and conversing with a bunch of people I don't know endlessly, right? And so you end up just kind of like trying to find a little quiet corner and just be on your own for a little bit, or find, like me and my dad kind of got together yesterday and we're roaming around a little bit. My stepdad and I kind of took a little break because it's too wild, man. There's too many people and it's too much blah 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 blah. And so it's more like a soup kitchen than it is like a family Thanksgiving meal, right? And I don't know. I'm looking forward to my next year's Thanksgiving, where we're planning on doing that with my wife's family, and that's going to be like a family affair. Now, once again, kind of from my perspective, I'm not going to really know the people that are there very well, but that will change with time, right? These are my family. I'm married into their family. Some of them I know well, like her mom, dad, and stepdad I know really well. Her siblings I know pretty well. Met and interacted with them a bunch. But her aunts and uncles and grandma and, all of those people, I haven't spent a whole ton of time around those folks. How large is my family? Pretty big, man. Pretty big. Just on my mom's side of the family, my family's pretty big. But pretty spread out too, We're gonna side-scrolling game while listening to this. Every level has a different theme. Oh, dude, I got your theme, bro. Your next level is you go into something's mouth, and now you have to find your way through its like esophagus, stomach. You can put some acid pools in for the stomach. Then you gotta like fight off bacteria and digestion agents and stuff, and then you gotta poop out the ass at the end. So some big beast swallows you, and you've got to fight your way through its digestive tract out its asshole. Dude, I'm a fountain of great ideas. Bot radar, maybe. Turkeys took 5 hours to smoke, bro. I pulled up. I pulled up to the family Thanksgiving, probably like 2 p.m. yesterday, something like that. I pulled up, and my sister, my stepmom, who I hadn't seen in a year or so since I was down visiting my dad. My mom and a couple of ladies from the church who I didn't know were all just like, it literally looked like a professional kitchen. They were all doing like prep work and finishing work on different dishes and stuff, right? And I got to say hi to all of them. They took a quick break, came over and hugged me, but then they're back to it. And I asked them, like, what can I do? Oh, no, just go sit. We got it. We just. So it was basically like shoo out of the kitchen. And the amount of food that they prepared, bro. Like I said, there were probably, I should have done a head count. And Amelia would probably be better at it. But I would guess that they fed 55, maybe more people last night, if you count all the kids and everything, and the people that came and went. That's fucking insane. So I would imagine that my mom, my sister, my stepmom, my stepsisters, or no, my sister-in-law was in there too. I imagine those people who got up probably at like 10 a.m. to start cooking, and probably were cooking the night before, then got up and were like fully hardcore cooking at 8 a.m. So when people started showing up at 2, they didn't have to wait for long. You know what I mean? Those people are probably dead tired today. Dude, I feel fine. It was a totally passive experience going to my Thanksgiving. There was one problem at Thanksgiving and this is just me. I'll tell you guys a very personal story, okay? And apropos of nothing, but I'll share it with you. I don't even know what I would call her to me. So my brother-in-law, my grandmother-in-law, that's who it would be. So my grandmother-in-law lives with my sister and brother-in-law in their family home. She's old and suffering from dementia. And they're kind of her caretakers. She's very sweet. And I always make it a point to talk to her because she and I, before she had this problem, were close. And I know that she remembers me, even if she doesn't fully remember me. And she always likes being around me, and I like being around her. She was on. I say was, and that's kind of a sad thing. She is a very nice lady, and she was always kind to me, and I always enjoyed interacting with her. And now that she's ill and towards the end of her life, I don't like treating her any different than I would have treated her before. And I saw something 3 years ago that like really shocked me. It was a get together. It might have been Easter. It might have been Thanksgiving. I cannot remember. But this lady was outside. The grandkids were running around. She we were kind of out by my brother-in-law's pool, and he's got this, pool with a bunch of tables and a little fence to keep the little kids out and blah, blah. She was sitting out by the pool and wanted to get up and turn around and go inside. And at this point in time, she wasn't using a cane or anything. And I was sitting probably like 15 or 20 feet from her. And she stood up off of the little bench she was sitting on, turned around, lost her balance, reached for something behind her that wasn't there, and fell like a tree. Went. Now she's she's a little old lady, right? But I've never seen somebody fall like that in my life. I was 20 feet away. I was on my feet before she hit the ground, but there was no way I was getting to her because I just didn't catch it. And she hit the ground like a sack of fucking potatoes. Pop. So keep that in mind, right? She survived it. Everything was fine. But there are theories that those types of falls contributed to her current issues. So, my sister and brother-in-law got a big house, huge house. They have to. They have 7 children that they're raising. They're all their kids. You know what I mean? So like they've got a huge house. But when there are 50 people in that house, all I could think of is like, I'm watching little grandma, right, with her cane, wandering around through this maze of people, right? And so all night I was trying to convince grandma, you have to sit down. Come sit with me, right? Or come be over here. Let me get you settled at a spot you're comfortable in and we'll get you a plate, right? I had to make sure, and like they did this whole thing where they wanted everybody to gather in one big room so that my brother-in-law could do his like pastor things. It's basically like a church gathering now, right? So he wanted to do a quick pastor thing before we ate. And it's like grandma had to get up, go into this super crowded room, and she's like clinging to me. She's like, you just stay, right? And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere, grandma, don't worry. You know, and I'm just like navigating her through this ocean of people, and it's like, and I know I'm over worried because I have this like empathy response when I saw her go down that hard all those years ago. I just know that something like that would probably be the end for her now. And there's kids running around, big kids, little kids, adults that have never been there before, wandering around, talking to people, turning around all fast, laughing, being mirthful, right? And I'm looking at grandma wandering around that and just going like, fuck, dude. It's way too much for an old lady who doesn't have somebody who's attending her. So there's good news. Grandma is getting a live-in caregiver who is going to be there with her. So grandma is getting, like, they've decided that as a household, grandma has become a little too much for them to handle, I think. And so grandma is getting a caregiver who is going to be with grandma all the time. So that's good news, right? But it's just like that's in the process of happening. They don't want to exclude grandma from Thanksgiving, but they also can't, because there's so much going on, give grandma the direct attention she needs to have. So she gets up and she's wandering around in these places, and I felt like last night, and I wasn't. There were other people that were looking after grandma, but I just felt like, man, if I wasn't here, you know what I mean? How is she getting in and out of this? How is she getting sat and fed tonight? You know what I mean? I'm not authorized for that. You know, I don't know how to best take care of a person in her condition, right? And so my instinct is to hover and to make sure that she's okay, right? But I don't know how much of that is actually helping. There's too much going on, right? And it's just not. Well, I mean, look, it's not like nobody's paying attention, My sister is there. My mom is there. These are the people that are acutely aware of grandma's condition. And grandma is not so far gone that she doesn't know how to ask for help if she needs it, right? Sometimes she is. That's the problem. Sometimes grandma is not really there and she's up and wandering around. And so, yeah, it gets very, like scary, you know what I mean, in that environment. But like I said, there were other people that were looking after grandma, making sure she got to the bathroom when she needed it, and making sure, you know, I wasn't the only person there. But it's just like when the big kind of, oh, let's all go in here and hear, you know, a message from the Bible real quick. And it's like, how is grandma getting there? Nobody was, it was me looking after grandma. And then like in the crush after that, all right, let's eat. Everybody's going back inside. Who's getting grandma through that? And getting her sat somewhere before everybody takes up every seat that's comfortable for her. Oh, fuck me, man. So I'm just glad to hear that she's getting what she needs. She's getting a caregiver that's going to live with her, ostensibly get a good relationship with her so that they travel together. But you know what? No, grandma did good. Grandma did good. Because, you know, with me and then the other people that were looking after her various needs, she had a great time. She got to be with her family on Thanksgiving. So I get it. Right? I'm not trying to bitch and I'm not trying to act like there was neglect going on. Far from it. But it was just a chaotic environment for grandma. And I'm glad she got through it with no injuries and everything was chill. How old is she? I don't even know, man. I wouldn't want to insult her by guessing. I don't know. She's old, right? She's a lady of advanced age. I wouldn't want to insult her by guessing. I don't know. She's not like I said, she is but isn't my grandma, right? She is my grandma-in-law. I love her, and I really do. I have a familial love for her, but I don't know how to best look after her, and I don't know her all that well, right? Do you have any living grandparents? No, no. That's an unfortunate thing. I kind of in my life is that I had grandparents on my dad's side. My mom's parents. My mom was kind of like, what do they call that? Like a late life baby or whatever, like an autumn baby. Her parents were kind of on the older side when they had her, and as such, I got to meet my grandmother. I got to meet my grandfather on that side, but only in theory, right? They saw me when I was a baby. I have very, very few memories of either of them, and they both passed when I was super young. My dad's side of the family, you know, there was a lot of tragedy there, unfortunately, and my grandmother died of cancer. My grandfather committed suicide, and so yeah, and all of that in my early 20s. So I didn't really get the benefit of having grandparents into later life, but I don't know how many people actually get that, you know? I don't know how many people actually get that. I got a chance to meet my great grandma too. Honestly, on my dad's side, and she was a wild lady, man. I have very few memories of her because I was pretty young when she passed, but I was old enough to have solid memories. My great grandma was wild, man. I remember her at Christmases. used to always happen at my paternal grandmother's house. That was where, you know, Christmas Eve anyway. And I remember my great grandma from Christmas, and I just remember her being like kind of, the word irascible comes to mind. She was irascible, but at that age, I guess everybody maybe is a little irascible. Whoa. Both grandparents on my mom's side died of cancer before I was born. And Pranab had a whole fucking India experience. Dude, you know what is cool from my perspective, right? Is like, as an uncle, my sister's kids are getting, most of them anyway, some of them are still very little. Most of them anyway, though, are getting the benefit of knowing their grandmother pretty well, you know, their great grandmother. She is their dad's grandma. So it's kind of sad, a sad truth that their grandmother passed away already, and their grandfather on that side of the family passed away already. And so they have my mother as a grandma, and they get her 24/7, 365. My mom's whole life is her grandbabies now. So they're going to have these amazingly solid memories of their grandmother and grandfather and step-grandfather and all of that, right? That I never got. And that's pretty cool. I think that's really neat. They are just like, I mean, to raise that many kids, you almost have to have the grandparents all involved and shit, I think. I gotta go blow my nose. I'm just dripping. Holy shit, bro. Dripping. Oozing. Bots, 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 deedle dee 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 dee, bots, 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 deedle dee dee deedle dee. Oh man. Scan robot, I know. Brrr, mustache. Brrr, mustache. Bots don't know mutton chops, so they say mustache. Brrr, mustache. Hello, carbon-based life forms. Nice mustache. I am from Brazil. Hello, Paul. That black hoodie is quite appealing. Mustache. Cigarette. Cigarette. What brand? What brand do you smoke? What brand? What brand do you smoke? You should quit. You should quit. Quit smoking cigarettes. Is that a cigarette? Is that a cigarette? Cigarette. What brand do you smoke? Scanning. Scanning. Glasses. Glasses. Nice glasses. Nice mustache. Cigarette. Bad. You should not smoke. You should quit smoking. What brand of cigarette? What brand of glasses? What brand of hoodie? What brand of watch? Mustache. Mustache. Double chin. Double chin. Mustache. Mustache. Double chin. Glasses. Cigarette. Black hoodie. Looks comfortable. Where are you from, brother? Scanning. Scanning. Glasses. Glasses. I am on a phone, so I am limited. No, it's all good. It's all good, Hugs. We chill. You're a known quantity. There's a coupon available at Thomas I Group. Yes. Please redeem coupon code number 79. Glasses. It's fucking wild, bro. If I turn off the shit, you guys will see it, bro. If I turn off the subscriber-only monkey button mode, you guys would see it, bro. It gets creepy. I'm just going to keep them locked out because, like I said at the top of this, dude, I'm not feeling like it today. We're going to keep that monkey button on. That keeps like 80% of them out. Are there loveless marriages and are they sad? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are marriages of convenience, and the sadness of them, I think, depends on the arrangement, right? I think there are probably plenty of people who are like ostensibly married but living apart who are perfectly happy with the arrangement and it suits them socially and blah, 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 blah. And I don't have any fucking commentary on that shit. If I've learned one thing from my fucking relationship woes, it's that the structure of relationships are entirely independent on the chaotic blending of two personalities, right? And there's no way to really stand in judgment between consenting adults and how they arrange their fucking marriage or, you know, whatever relationship they have, right? A warm pair of glasses really makes the outfit. Scanning. You could get some nose piercings for a whole new category of bot comments. Well, I'm thinking, so the nose one is kind of fucked for me because I do the CPAP thing. And I think that it would fuck up my ability to like wear that if I got that all re-pierced. And then like what kind of jewelry would I wear in it? Would I have to take it out every night? Just like that healing process. I would like to get my septum redone. But the one that I'm thinking about getting is the labrae. You guys can see it there. See a little scar? That's a labrae piercing. And I'm thinking about like a, I don't know, like a hoop through that or something. I don't know. It would be super simple to get that re-pierced for me. So I'm your favorite streamer. You're my favorite Icelander. even better than Bjork. It's like you, then Bjork. Not even joking, bro. You're the tip top. Hip hop till you don't stop. I'm about to have a fight, yo. Bird Congress is in session. You hear it? Woo way. Actually, it's pronounced Björk. Really? Thought it was Bjork. Damn it. I know Hugs hates Bjork. What constitutes a hate crime, and your thoughts on Jesse Smollett? Juicy Smollett? Yeah, I don't know, man. A hate crime. I don't know. I'm glad that there are fucking legal scholars and shit who exist to make those definitions and shit so that I can just kind of like benefit. I'm happy about that. O is pronounced O. Bjork. Right, so I was right. It's not Björk. You don't say Björk, do you, Hugs? See, Hugs knows. He'll correct you. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. There is definitely no logic. Bjork. He hates her. I told you. Hugs hates Bjork, man. I don't blame him. I probably would too if I was from Iceland. I'd probably hate her too. I kind of like her because I'm not from Iceland. And I need something on which to base my idea of an Icelandic woman, and that's Bjork, right? I think that basically, give me a sec, and we're gonna talk about Iceland for a minute. Oh man, it's happening, dude. Oh, dude, it's happening. It's happening. Why? Sigur Rós. I like Sigur Rós too. Or Sigur. Is there a rolling R in the Icelandic tongue, Hugs? Sigur Rós. Am I wrong or right? Do you guys roll that R or no? No, we're We're digging into Iceland right now, Hugs. I know you're limited on your phone, but we're gonna dig into Iceland for a minute because, well, in a broader context, the American view of the world, right? Everyone in the North roll their R's. Well, I don't know that, bro. See, that's part of this conversation. So here's the thing, guys. All right. I am an American born and bred, okay? And that does not just mean as a person, my mother, by happenstance, shat me out in California. It means I was raised and steeped in America and Americana, in the American way of thinking. Ross, so Sigur Ross. Anyway, well, no, Spanish people are not the only people who roll the R, bro. Anyway, let's not. What the fuck was I talking? Okay, American. Get out of here with their foreign influence. American. So here's the thing. I'm also a criminally not well-traveled American. Now, I'm well-traveled in America. I've been all over. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere in America. Okay? But I have very limited travel outside of America and limited travel in and around Mexico. Okay? So, to a certain extent, there's the, like, travel broadens the mind, that old adage, right? And I believe that. And look, I'm pretty well read. I've read a lot of historical fiction and nonfiction and stuff like that, right? I'm relatively well read. I'm not claiming to be a fucking walking library, but I've experienced other cultures through literature, right? And so I'm not claiming that I have this ultra narrow idea of culture outside of America, right? But to a certain extent, because I'm not well traveled, I haven't experienced these cultures directly, right? What the American brain does is it creates filler content, right? Filler content. So, it's very easy for me as an American to go, all right, here's what Iceland is, bro. You go there, it's cold, bitter cold, all the time, even in the summer. They're like freezing to death up there, right? All of the women are quirky, ethereal, fairy princess type women, right? Who don't look at themselves quite as human, like Bjork, basically. They're like a bunch of little Bjorks running around, right? And you don't know, it's colder than a witch's tit, right? And there's a bunch of ice fairies flying around. These are like the women of Iceland, or the fae, ice spirits. And then the men, cold, red of hair, long, lanky hair, dark, like dark countenance, right? Black from here down, like just black, just like, maybe a logo like that, but like just black, right? And then these fairies come around them and they're like, ding, and they're just like, ugh. Out of the way, fairy. You know what I mean? That's okay. So that is Iceland. When I have to think about Iceland, that's basically what it is. And that's how I assume it is. And I will assume that until I visit. Ah, you said most Icelandic kids have white hair when they're young, like you did as a kid. Yeah. Well, like I said, dude, like my ancestry is entirely, you know, Scandinavian and Northern British, Scottish, Irish. That's it, man. There's like a little fleck of French in there if somebody traveled. You know what I mean? Little fleck of German in there. But the vast preponderance of my lineage is Icelandic. And, well, not Icelandic, but you know what I mean? Scandinavian, British, Scottish, Irish. The Norwegian Vikings abducted women from Ireland and Scotland to populate Iceland. Oh, aye, laddie. The good old days. Things were less complicated then, lads. If you wanted a wife, you manned the longboat and took your wife from some peasant village on that fat island. Whisk them away to the frozen north. Yeah, they took all the hot chicks off of Ireland and just, you know, that was that. Well, they did a lot of pillaging, you know? That's going to leave a long-lasting genetic marker on the world, you know? They pillaged. They pillaged the village. You know what I mean? Oh, I agree, Phoebes. 100%. They didn't get all of them. A lot of them Irish farmers tucked away those hot daughters and shit when the raid came. Oh, I don't know, laddie. We've tried to have children, but we just can't. Sorry, nothing to give you. They got a whole basement filled with hot daughters, you know what I mean? These Vikings are like, oh, all right. But in the next time we coming, you had better have some hotten daughters for us to taken. Oh, yeah, me lord. Will do, will do. All right, you lot of hot daughters, come out of there. Oh, is it... is it safe, Daddy? Have the Vikings gone? Oh, I think so, lass. I think so. A few of them got away with it, dude. Oh, dude, yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. They put Kamala, they put a video out of Kamala, and she's like, listen to me, okay? Don't let anyone take your power away from you, okay? You have the same power that you had on November 9th. You have the same power today. Don't let anyone take your power. And I was just like, because there's a thought process to putting that out. And I'm like, who is that for? Who's hammered? She's off a pilly. She's off a pilly and a glass or two of fucking good ass wine. Don't let anybody... No, it ain't weed. I'm off of weed. Do I sound like that? Okay, maybe I do. It ain't weed. She might have a little bit of weed to fucking balance out her drug cocktail or whatever, but I can almost guarantee you it ain't weed, bro. It ain't weed. Don't let anybody take your power away from you. Okay? It's like, man, what the fuck? Whose idea was this? Wine mom and a Zanny mom, dude. That is... that is my fucking... that's my call on it. That's my read. Wine and a Zanny. Oh, fuck. Well, since it's gonna be lawn care day or whatever, I'm about. See you guys later.